Hey yogis, we have today a really fun post-workout stretch. So if you spend a lot of time in the gym, I think personally I know that I get pretty tight, especially in my legs. And you know, we go for our workout, we sweat, and then we don't want to take the time to stretch afterwards. But it's super important. Got to balance those things. We need strength and flexibility in order to be stable and healthy and strong. So today for the practice, 2 blocks is optional. You don't need them, but they will help if the ground seems a little far away, aka you have tight hamstrings. So you'll see as we go along. All right, let's start in a child's pose. So facing the top of your mat, you'll let your knees come nice and wide. Sink your seat back down toward your heels, and then let your third eye come all the way down to the mat. This shape is really easy for some people, and for some people it's not. So if the ground is far away, like I said, you can bring your forehead to a block. And so in stretching and any practice where you're trying to get a little deeper and connect, it's all about the breath. So let's work with smooth breath in and out the nose today as you let your hips get a little more open, sinking the sit bones down toward your heels. Imagine you could fill up the back body, the ribs on the low back, with more fresh breath. So breathe in and puff up that space right above your hips. And as you exhale, let the bones get heavier. And we'll see if we can stick with this smooth breath the whole time. Let's shift our way forward onto hands and knees. You can get rid of your block now. Spread the fingers nice and wide. Stack your shoulders above your wrists, your hips above your knees. As you breathe in, drop your belly, open the heart as you look forward, cow pose. Breathe out, round your spine, chin in toward your throat. Puff up the back of your heart. And then breathing in, coming forward. So see if you can slow your breath a little bit. Breathing out, push the ground away. Hug the navel up toward your spine and really let all of your breath empty out. One more time like this. Breathe in. And breathe out. We'll come into downward facing dog. Walk the hands forward, just about a hand print. Pinkies are close to the edge of the mat. Unless you have very broad shoulders, your hands can even be a little bit wider. Start to pedal out the feet here, bending one knee and then the other. As you settle into stillness, think of wrapping the biceps in toward the ears. And then just let your head drop off. Let it be nice and heavy. Reaching the sit bones up and back behind you. Full breath in through the nose. And out through the nose. As you breathe in, step your right foot up between your thumbs. If you can't quite get it there all the way, you can take your hand to the back of your calf and help the foot there. So this is where your blocks are helpful. They can give you just a little bit more lift. So we'll start with the back knee lifted, and then rather than just hanging out here, open the heart so there's a little bit of a gaze forward. As you breathe in, let that opening into the left hip flexor deepen, so that's the front of the hip. As you exhale, start to lengthen your front leg, bow your head down. So notice I said lengthen, not straighten. Inhale, bend the front knee. Look forward, let the hips drop down. Exhale out the nose, lift the hips by lengthening that front leg. One more time, breathe in. So we're not pushing it to the max right away. We're finding that edge and softening there. And maybe each time you lengthen the front leg, you can go a little deeper. Let's hold here just for a moment. Maybe you don't need your blocks and you can bring your fingertips to the earth. Think of carving your outer right hip back behind you. And then inhale, a soft bend in that front knee, look forward. Let's come into warrior two. So the back foot will seal down. Your front heel will bisect that back arch if you were to draw a line. Then let's rise up, lengthen both legs first, just so you can feel nice symmetry here. Bend the front knee, let it stack over the ankle. Keep the shoulders soft. So we're really getting a nice wide opening on the inner thighs. Tailbone drops down. Gaze comes over the front fingers, if that feels okay on your neck. And you're still breathing. Keep the bend in the front knee. Reach the right arm up and back. Peaceful warrior. The back hand can tent on the back leg, just no pressure on the knee. And then as you exhale, warrior two. With your breath, inhale up and back. Exhale, let the hands come all the way down to the ground this time. And we'll come into a pyramid pose. So you'll hop the back foot in about 3 inches. The toes are out on an angle off the left edge of the mat. Again, check in your blocks if you need them. Let's take a breath in here. As you breathe out, start to lengthen the front leg. So the difference here is now we've got that back heel down. Inhale, lengthen your heart, lengthen your spine. Exhale, bow. Let the head get a little bit heavier. Let's stay here for a couple breaths. Getting that oxygen flowing, working with that balance between strength and softness, flexibility. Bring a softness into that front knee again to look forward, and we'll shift our way into pigeon pose. So let your hands come to the earth to support you. Step the back foot out long, and then you'll heel toe the right foot over toward the left hand. Right knee comes down to the earth, and then you'll soften down. And for some people, this is not very comfortable. So if you need a little support, you can bring a block or a blanket or a pillow underneath the right sit bone, just to give yourself a little propping up. Keep your right toes alive, so that's going to protect your knee. Take a breath in. And as you breathe out, begin to stretch the heart forward to come down. So you keep as much length in the spine as you can. And then again here, find something for your third eye, your forehead to rest on. It's really soothing to your nervous system to make that contact. So you can either stack the hands, rest the forehead there, a block. And then you're breathing. Moving that rich oxygen through the muscles, through the body. One more breath in. And as you breathe out, start to lengthen the arms. You can move your props to the side into a child's pose. So just walk that right shin back, sink the hips back. This time, let's bring the hands back toward the outer ankles so we get a little more opening in the shoulders and the chest. Take a breath in, nice and wide across the back body. Exhale, heavy, heavy the bones. Inhale, let's come up to sit on our heels. You can walk the knees a little bit closer together and take an interlace of the hands behind you. If you can't grasp your hands together, you could always use a strap or even a towel. Let's breathe in, shoulders up toward the ears. Exhale, a little tug of the fists down toward the earth. If you have further to go, you can let the gaze lift. Imagine you're not just trying to go backwards, you're trying to go up and over like a barrel behind you. Keep the neck soft, so no straining. One more time, breathe in. And breathe out. Keep the clasp or the strap behind you as you bow the belly down. Release the hands, nice space across the chest, downward facing dog. Connect back in with your breath. Plug the shoulder blades down the back so they move away from the ears. And even here, the front ribs hug toward each other, so you're not dropping into the mid-thoracic spine. Take a full breath in through your nose. This time, let's breathe out the mouth. Inhale, step the left foot forward, up between your thumbs. And remember, you can use your blocks, or I like to come to fingertips, so that gives me a much wider space across the chest, a little more lift. As you inhale, a little dip of the pelvis and the hips. As you exhale, starting to lengthen the front leg. So the chin comes in toward the chest. Breathe in, shift forward, heart lifts, gaze lifts, exhale, hips lift. So use the whole breath. Slow inhale. Smooth exhale, all the way out. And then we'll stay here for a full round of breath. Maybe you have a little more space to bring the palms to the earth. As you lengthen the left leg, breathe deep into the hamstring and feel your outer right hip wrap forward. Soften the front knee to look forward. We're coming into warrior two. So set up your base. Foundation's got to be strong. Front heel, back arch, somewhere close to alignment, and then let the arms bring you up. Straighten the legs first so you can let the hips land right underneath the shoulders, keeping that length. Bend the front knee. You can gaze over the left hand. Front knee is over the front ankle, and make sure it's not dipping in or out. You want it to track right above the ankle. A peaceful warrior as you breathe in. Left arm reaches you up and up. Exhale, warrior two. So breath and movement. Inhale, up and back. Exhale all the way down this time. Pyramid pose, stepping the back foot in about 3 inches. Take an inhale first, and then the exhale is where you get a little bit longer. So you're aiming, again, the outer right hip forward. Maybe the palms come to the earth or your blocks. The outer left hip wraps behind you. Breathe deep. One more time like that. Breathe in. And breathe out. Soften the front knee, look forward. Pigeon pose, walking the left foot over to the right edge of the mat. Let the shin come down as you lengthen the back leg. I like to use a curl of the back toes to really get some length in that leg, and then the top of the back foot presses. Remember, the front foot is active. Breathe in, let the heart lift. And then take the length with you as you exhale. Remember, if you need a little support under the left side, block, blanket, pillow, whatever you got. And then maybe you just stack the hands or find something else to rest your head on. We can stretch all day long, but if we're not practicing that rich breathing with it, we're only getting a third of the benefit. So not only is this super beneficial for the physical body after an active workout, but it's a great way to mark the closing of workout time, to move into the rest of the day, really focused and present. One last exhale, let the body get heavy. And slide our way back into child's pose. So use the hands just to lift that left shin back. Knees come nice and wide. And then you get to choose here, either arms stretching forward. That'll open the sides of the waist a little bit more. Or if you feel like you have a lot of tension in the neck and shoulders, you might even cup the heels. And then remember, the breath is directed to the back body. When we think of a big inhale, we mostly think of the belly and the chest expanding, but breathe 360 degrees. You get to direct your breath. Use the hands to come back up on an inhale. Walk the knees closer together. Again, a clasp of the hands. Breathe up with the shoulders and then back and down. Right away, the heart lifts. And then on the inhale, see if you can lift the heart a little bit higher and then maybe stretch back. One more time. Breathe in. Breathe out. Stretch the heart forward. Bow the belly onto the thighs. Let the hands release. Come up to sit. Let the hands come to the tops of the thighs. Seal your lips and open your ears to the sound of your breath. So you're sitting in this way that feels almost regal, right? The spine is nice and long, shoulders are relaxed. It's regal but not rigid. You want them to be strong but not constricted. One more deep cleansing breath to send you out into your day. In through the nose and out through the mouth. So that is definitely what I would consider a complete workout. Taking that time to bring everything back to center. I hope you're feeling great. I hope you add this as part of your regular workout practice. Just notice if you feel a little bit of a shift today by taking this time. Namaste. You can follow along with us at YOGATX and find me on Instagram at mindfulish. See you next time.